Now, a few weeks ago, around the trade deadline, the Ravens made a big move that a lot of us thought was going to be another piece to add to an already overpowered team to increase their chances of being able to win it all. That was trading for receiver Diontae Johnson, who was having a really good season with the Carolina Panthers. They ship him off for a mid-round selection, and the thought was that Diontae Johnson was going to be another potent piece on an already explosive offense. You got him, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Derrick Henry, Lamar. There was no way that Diontae Johnson wasn't going to have a big impact on this team, right? Well, we haven't really seen too much of Diontae since the trade has been made, and against the Philadelphia Eagles, when Rashad Bateman got injured, I was ready to see Diontae Johnson step up. I was ready to see Diontae Johnson get some actual playing time. You know, when you first go to a new team, you got to learn the playbook. You got to get acclimated to the system. You know, you just can't get traded and hit the ground running right away. And I was really surprised to see Nelson Aguilar taking over in the spot that I expected Diontae Johnson to be in. I was saying to myself, you know, why is Diontae Johnson not in the game? And one of the Ravens' biggest games of the year against the Philadelphia Eagles, a guy who's seeking a new contract at the end of this season, you would have thought that he would have appeared in this game. But no. We didn't see Diontae Johnson against the Philadelphia Eagles. Why? Was he injured? No. He didn't play against Philadelphia because this fool just refused to enter the game, which is insanity. How are you going to refuse to enter the game? Do you not want to play? Do you enjoy warming up the bench? Was it too cold for you? What was it, Diontae Johnson? You're trying to get paid. Why are you not going in the game? This is your opportunity to prove yourself. This is your chance to make a name for yourself for other teams when you hit the open market. All you did by deciding not to enter the game is further hurt whatever contract you have coming to you in free agency. Nobody's going to pay top dollar for you anymore. Nobody's even going to pay you bare minimum. You're probably going to get a low-end contract, a one-year prove-it deal with whatever team signs you in the offseason. I've been a huge defender of Diontae Johnson. I always felt like he was overhated during his time with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fantastic route runner, elite separator, pretty good after the catch, but he has a problem with drops, and he also has a problem with how he vibes in the locker room. He's not really one of those great character guys that you look for when you're trying to build a championship team. And with his actions, refusing to enter the game against the Eagles, it forced Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta and the rest of that front office to suspend him without pay for their next game, which is going to be against the New York Giants. And in my opinion, Baltimore has to cut Diontae Johnson. If you have a player that refuses to enter the game, that is the ultimate sign of disrespect. Imagine your boss tells you to go do something and you say, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to sit here. Most of us would have gotten fired. What makes Diontae Johnson any different from us? The only difference from the job he works and the job that me and you work is that he gets paid millions of dollars to play a simple game. He has a simple job. Go out there and make a play. And why would you just want to watch the game from the sidelines? Do you not want to have an impact? Do you not want to try to make a statement? You feel me? This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And look, there are two sides to every story, but I don't really need to hear Diontae Johnson's side of this. I mean, Rashad Bateman got injured. That was your opportunity to go in, make some plays, make some more money for yourself, and instead you just choose to remain on the sidelines in the background. If you were injured and you couldn't play, you wouldn't have been getting suspended. You would have been on the injury report. You know, you haven't really been getting that much PT anyway, so you have to be near 100% if you weren't already. So there's nothing that I want to hear out of Diontae Johnson as far as his excuse. There is no excuse to be made. You know, the Ravens are one of the best ran organizations, not just in the NFL, but in sports. They normally don't have too many, sporadic players that have, weird behavior. And this is the kind of guy that Diontae Johnson has been, not just with the Panthers and the Ravens, but with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you are a locker room cancer when the Steelers are willing to move on from you, but yet they're still willing to tolerate all the shenanigans that George Pickens constantly does week after week. It speaks volume about you. Now maybe if Diontae Johnson gets cut, he can go to a team that he actually wants to play for. Maybe he never wanted to be a Baltimore Raven. Maybe he wanted to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who knows? Maybe he wanted to play for the Browns or somebody like that. But this situation is just really weird to me because Diontae Johnson is not a garbage receiver. He's pretty underrated when he's actually on the field making plays, but I guess he doesn't want to make plays. He just wants to sit on the bench and do nothing all day. And like Mike Tomlin always likes to say, we want volunteers, not hostages. It looks like the Ravens have a hostage situation on their hands, and time will tell how this will play out. I could see the Ravens come into somewhat of a mutual parting of ways with him because they're not one of those organizations that you normally see these kinds of problems occur with. And they normally are a player-first organization. They put their players above everything. They treat their players really well. So maybe there's some more details that come out behind the scenes, but this is something you normally don't see out of a franchise like the Ravens that's pretty classy. Every player that normally has played for Baltimore only has nothing but positive things to say about them and how they run that operation. So if the Ravens are having these issues with Diontae Johnson, this is really going to hurt him when he hits free agency at the end of the season.